How's it going, you guys? AZ Plyo 21 back again with another episode of our UFC Reborn save here in WMMA 5. And here today we have UFC Fight Night Blaydes versus Tuivasa, a heavyweight main event that is sure to be a good one. We've also got a big pay-per-view coming up, UFC 290 Sterling versus O'Malley, 3 title fights on that card. Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley for the Bantamweight Championship, Islam Makhachev and Beneil Dariush for the lightweight title, and Weili Zhang taking on Xiaonan Yan for the strawweight crown. That should be a good one. Other fight cards to come: Cannonier, Vettori, Holloway versus Korean Zombie, Volkov and Spivak, and then also UFC 291 Jones versus Miocic. That should be a good card in and of itself as well. Should be a good schedule that we have on tap, but let's get right into it. Blaydes versus Tuivasa. Appreciate you guys, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Links are down in the description below to follow me on everything: Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already. The more of these are going to be coming out, so if you have not already subscribed and you are watching my videos, please do subscribe. Trying to inch up there to that 800, 900,000 subscriber mark. I think that'd be really awesome to achieve. Nonetheless, appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. Blaydes versus Tuivasa. This one a little bit more of a low-key fight card excuse me, on ESPN Plus, taking place in the state of Arkansas. Let's go ahead and get into it with our prelims. Victor Altamirano taking on Jake Hadley to get things going at flyweight. And we have Jake Hadley, White Kong, getting the victory via unanimous decision here today. We have Danielle Wolf taking on Carol Hossa at 145. That's one thing about the featherweight division. If there's fighters available, signing them, booking fights. Like, we cannot waste any more time with the featherweight division. Danielle Wolf, 0-1 in the UFC, lost to Norma Dumont. I might end up cutting her just because she's not very good and 1-1. And she wins unanimous decision, beating Carol Hossa in a fantastic fight, apparently. So we're gonna keep Danielle Wolf, and she's moving up the ranks at 145. Ivana Petrovic taking on Ji Yeon Kim. Now, Ji Yeon Kim recently lost a fight, and she was kind of cheating during the fight. Nonetheless, faces off with Petrovic, who I believe is making her UFC debut. She is. Former Aries champion, it would seem, as she gets a win via submission in round number 2. Still undefeated at 7-0 and making her name known now in the UFC. Andre Fialho taking on AJ Fletcher on the prelims, 170. Andre Fialho, remember, had that really nice knockout on Miguel Baeza. Luque versus... Oh, no, it was Cameron Van Camp that he had a really nice knockout against. I was there for that one, Oliveira and Gaethje. Since then, a couple straight losses, though. So let's see if he can jump back against the ghost AJ Fletcher, and he is able to. TKO victory for the Portuguese man with a round 2 victory. Themba Gorimbo, who I think just fought, taking on Philip the Fresh Prince Rowe out of Brooklyn, New York, and it is Philip Rowe with a unanimous decision victory here today, the 11th win of his career, and he wants to fight Sean Brady, which is quite a tall task, but he's calling a shot. Orichi Lang taking on Malcolm X Gordon at 125. Orichi Lang I've seen a couple of times live, actually. Usman Masvidal 2, and actually that is it. That was the first time that I saw Orichi Lang. Malcolm X Gordon, a huge favorite in this one, but it is Orichi Lang in a fantastic fight, getting the TKO victory, 23rd of his career. Melissa Dixon taking on GDR, Jermaine Durandamy, on the first main card fight here today. Melissa Dixon coming in 5-0, and she's a huge favorite over former title challenger in GDR. I mean, former Aries fighter, I don't know what the deal is, but she is a huge favorite, and it is Melissa Dixon with the submission victory in round number 3. Fight was rated as being fantastic, so something's got to give here with Melissa Dixon. She might be the next one up, as she gets a win in her UFC debut, and she wants to fight Rocky Pennington already. I'm not so sure about that. Alex Caceres taking on Andre Touchy-Feely at 145. It's kind of a wash between the two of these guys, and it's actually Andre Fili getting the TKO victory over Bruce Leroy here today. The Karate Hottie Michelle Waterson-Gomez taking on Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Both ladies definitely veterans of the Octagon. Kowalkiewicz looking for the 14th win of her career, and she does not get it. Gets TKO'd by the Karate Hottie in round number 2, the 19th win of her career. Dan Hooker taking on Grant Dawson. Dan Hooker, very interesting. His career has been in the last couple of years. He's been basically 1 or 2 fights away from a title shot on a couple occasions and has lost on those very important fights. And now he has a very, very interesting prospect in Grant Dawson in front of him, who's on quite the winning streak, number 11 in the UFC. And it is Grant Dawson with a submission victory, a rear naked choke in round number. Another fantastic fight. Some good fights on this card. You love to see it as Grant Dawson keeps moving on up. Co-main events, as it is Cody Garbrandt taking on Tim Elliott. Tim Elliott in the news recently with some very unfortunate stuff. His wife, it would appear, cheating on him, or at the very least he found out that his wife was cheating on him. So all the best to Tim Elliott in regards to that, and all the best to Cody Garbrandt because he has been on quite a losing streak. A big win over Trevin Jones just this year. Jones versus Gane. I mean, that was a big, big win for Cody Garbrandt. Before that, losses to Kai Kara France and Rob Font. A knockout win over Rafael Assunção was a well-needed one for him. But nonetheless, Cody Garbrandt's needing a big win again. And he has Tim Elliott in front of him. Another flyweight fight for him. And it is Tim Elliott getting a TKO win over No Love Cody Garbrandt here today. Interesting and very unfortunate for Cody. As we head to our main event of the evening in the heavyweight division, Curtis Razor Blaydes taking on Tai Bam Bam Tuivasa. Tuivasa's kind of been riding that Derek Lewis knockout for quite some time. Losses to Cyril Gane and then Sergey Pavlovich, which I'm sure anyone could have seen those two losses coming. But he has a Razor Blaydes Curtis who's just coming off a loss of his own recently against Sergey Pavlovich, and really wanting to get something cooking back in his favor. So it's our main event of the evening in the heavyweight division. Let's see what occurs here today. Both fighters coming in to strike. Wicked right uppercut. Blaydes hits the mat and he's rocked. Tuivasa, Blaydes is getting pasted. Oh my god, it's been 30 seconds. Tai Tuivasa has just TKO'd Curtis Razor Blaydes in 29 seconds. That is incredible. After being such a big underdog as well. If you put money on Tuivasa to win by TKO, you're probably a very rich man. Tai Tuivasa with a big win in our main event tonight. And he's very excited. Only 2,000 in attendance in Arkansas, commercial rating of 81. He might lose popularity off this one. We do not, which is good to see. They're giving it to Dawson and Hooker. We'll go ahead and rock with that. Tuivasa definitely getting a performance bonus along with Tim Elliott. And that is all the first round finishes. So you love to see it. And let's see here. We do lose some money, $360,000, but that's mainly because everyone's on their original salaries. Highest paid fighter, Dan Hooker, to go along with Curtis Blaydes. Karate Hottie getting a nice payday, which we love to see. But yeah, that'll do it for this episode. Again, the next time that I see you, it will be for the pay-per-view. I'm AZPlow21. Like I said, leave a comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys at the fights.